Okay, here we'll discuss about dealing with resistance. If employees are going to resist the change, what are the options that a company has? So number one is education and communication. So first, what the company could do is they can tell that this change is required, and they have to communicate why this change is required, and what would happen if the company is not going to change. So it has to just tell the employees like what is the benefits of the change. So when there is lack of information or inaccurate and information and analysis, so this is what we have to do. We have to communicate with people. Now the second one is, if people are accepting the communication, then we have to move on to the participation and involvement. See, participation is wherever the people are committing themselves to certain things, then people are like strongly attached to it. So when a management can involve the employees in terms of the change management, we can ensure that we are gaining their support. So like the management can ask how this process can be changed, or where are the problem areas, and how this process can be much more betterly we could employ. So whenever we try to involve the employees into the change process, it helps to solidify or strengthen the reason for change. So the next one is called as felicitation and support. So this happens where people are resisting because of adjustment problems. So they don't know uh, so they have certain questions, they have certain queries, they are not sure about whether this thing will work or not. In those cases, the company should ensure that they give them the kind of a trust, the communication, and also the training. Okay, so wherever wherever employees don't know how to adapt to the new system, the company has to initiate a training program. So they have to reskill them, or give training programs so they update themselves. So that is called as felicitation and support. So the next one is called as negotiation and agreement. If employees are still not accepting the change, when we should go for a negotiation, where negotiation can be the employees trade union leader might come in, or key employees might come, and the management can come and sit in a meeting. So together they might discuss about the change. For example, employees might say that we will support the change, but what are the benefit that we'll get? So management can say that we'll give you 5% of increment. Then employees might ask for a 20% rise. Then management might settle with a 10% increase in salary post the change management. So this is kind of a negotiation where both it should lead to a win-win. If it's a win-win to both the parties, it's really good, but if it's not, again it might be lead to a problem. So in case the negotiation doesn't work, then the company should go for manipulation. They have to use other tactics, okay, like buying out the labor leader, like paying any bribes to the labor leader, or circumventing the problem and telling lies to the employee that this change management is for some other higher cost. So we try to manipulate people and get their consent. But the thing is, this kind of a concept can backfire. So in the future, it might lead to problem, and there might be a higher distrust from the employee side. And the next one is explicit or implicit coercion. So coercion is threatening people. So the company management can threaten, saying that if you're not going to adopt change, we have to going to entirely close the company, and all of you will be thrown out of the job. So that can be an explicit coercion, or implicit is somewhere in the softer tone you are trying to threaten. So these are the ways in which we can deal with resistance. So some of them are like very straightforward and honest, but some of them like manipulation and the coercion are not such a good tactic to be used. So next we'll move on to the Balagon and Hope Halley's contextual features. Okay, so what is this Balagon and Hope Halley's contextual features? So Balagon and Hope Halley have researched that on what basis sometimes change is easier to implement, and at what scenarios does creating a change management is like difficult. Okay, when does change management is easy? So Balagon and Hope Halley researched and found out that when change management is easy and when change management is like tough. Okay, so they have found out that there are like around some 8 elements based upon which the easiness of change management depends upon. So he has found out that they are time, scope, preservation, diversity, capability, capacity, readiness, and power. So time is how quick the change is required. If we have a long time, then change management is easy. When we have a short time, it's very tough to change people. Next one is scope. How big is our change? If it's going to be changing the entire company, then change management is tough. Preservation. What part of our company, like is the change going to affect the entire culture of the company? Then it's going to be very difficult to push the change management. Or diversity. If we have a homogeneous set of staff, then change management is going to be very tough because all people will think in the same term. So it is very difficult to push in a homogeneous kind of a company where all employees are male in the age of 40 or all of them are Indians, okay, and that too like particularly like South Indians, okay, then it's going to be like tough. So when we have a diversified set of employees, then change management is little bit easy. We can push it because people from various background, they will view the problem in different angles. So the next one is capability. Does the company has the capability to implement change management? Can they do it? Have they done it before? So if the company doesn't have the capability, then they have to bring a change management specialist to the company. So the next one is the capacity. Does the company have the resource to do it? So assume that a retail supermarket retailing company now wants to move on to a online retail company. So does the company have the technical bandwidth to do it? Does it have the money to do it? So that indicates the time. When we have everything in plenty, it's quite easy to push the change. Readiness. Are employees willing to change themselves? If they are yes, then it's easy to push change. And next one is power. Does the CEO have the power to push for the change? If yes, then change management is quite easy. So this tells you like when things are becoming easy and when things are tough. So in an exam, you will be like given a case study. In that case study, if you go through it, you might get some points here and there regarding the Balogun and Hope Ali's contextual change. So you have to find out how much power the CEO has. Are the employees diversified? Are the employees ready? The capability, capacity. You have to find out the points and you have to then structure an answer whether to put together all the points. Can the company go for easy change management or a tougher change management?
So if you guys really like the video, put a like for us and share it with your friends who might find it useful. So if you guys have any queries or questions, post it in the comment section. We'll be like happy to answer them. If you guys have any other ideas for further videos, you can put it in the comment section. We'll be like creating a new video on that topic also. So thank you guys. We'll meet in the next video.